Good evening. Tonight we will practice an open yoga flow class. Any modifications you need to make tonight are fine. If you have a yoga block or a yoga strap or bolsters, go ahead and use those if you need them. And I just want to give you a quick disclosure. I'm just a yoga instructor. I'm not anything beyond that. I will try to lead you through a safe class. So with that said, I guess we'll get started. Welcome to Sage and Tiger Yoga. And tonight I have Kirsa here, Kasha here, Jasper, Cisco, and maybe we get some other ones later on. They do not bother me. I hope they don't bother you either. I love my dog. So come to a comfortable seated position. Gently close your eyes. And as always, we're going to begin by bringing the attention inward. So what you want to try to do is you want to try to bring all your senses inward and let everything that's happening around you drift into the background. So try not to pay it any attention right now. And instead, take inventory of what's going on inside of you tonight. So we're going to sit quietly for a moment and just notice what's going on a physical, mental, and emotional level tonight. Make sure that your spine is nice and straight. And notice your sitting bones grounding you into the floor. Feeling nice and secure. And notice how your breath flows through your body. Tonight, try to breathe only through your nose. If your nose is available, I know it's allergy season now, and sometimes we have a stuffed up nose, which then, of course, you can always breathe through your mouth if needed. And we will begin with a breathing exercise. This is the 3-part breath. I'm going to count for you so you don't have to. When we inhale, though, try to make sure you distribute your entire inhale through the 4 counts. So we want to prevent ourselves from going like this. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to breathe in. And I hope you could tell the difference. So you want to breathe in on a count of 4, and you want to do that inhale through the entire count of 4, okay? So take in a deep breath. And then let it go. Inhale to your belly, to your ribs, to your shoulders. Hold. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine. Hold. Inhale to your belly, to your ribs, to your shoulders. Hold. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine. Hold. Inhale to your belly, to your ribs, to your shoulders. Hold. Exhale, pull your navel to the spine. Hold. And then inhale and exhale naturally. Inhale. And as you exhale, let your chin fall to your chest. And begin to roll out your neck. I must be tasting very yummy tonight. Cisco just won't stop licking me. Make sure you roll into both directions. And then go ahead and bring your right ear over your right shoulder. Stretch the side of your neck. If you want to make it more intense, you can either put your hand on top of your head without pulling or pushing on it, or you can reach the left arm out and pull the fingers towards you, or you can do both. And then let's switch sides. You decide if you want to add the hands. Make sure you're sitting up with a nice straight spine though. And then release it and let your head hang once again. Make sure you're sitting up tall and then bring your shoulders back and down. And then look straight ahead and open your eyes to a soft gaze. And I think everybody who's watching knows my name. My name is Dominique. I'm notorious for forgetting to introduce myself. But anyway, let's go onto hands and knees. And we're going to begin with cat and cow. So you're going to exhale into cat pose, pulling the back round, letting the head hang. Inhale to cow pose, swaying the back and looking up. Exhale to cat, inhale to cow, move at your own pace. And pay attention to how your back and your spine feel tonight. So you want to take the first minutes of a yoga class to determine how you feel on any given day so that you can modify your practice accordingly. So if you need modifications, please use them. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with using props. You're still doing yoga and you're still doing a really good thing for yourself. So let's widen the knees and pull into extended child's pose. You can wiggle your hips on the way down. And they do not need to touch your heels. You can also experiment with how wide you have your knees. You can widen them more or pull them closer together, whatever feels better to you. This is just a gentle hip opener, lower back opener. Let's tuck the toes under and come up into the first downward facing dog of the day. Walking the feet back and forth. Notice your lower legs now. Also your Achilles tendons. Just keep paying attention to what you feel. And then when you're ready for it, settle into your downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide. And then try to rotate your inner elbows forward. Press the heels of your hands, the tips of your fingers and the bases of your fingers into the floor. And create a little hollow space in the center of your hand. I don't know if I can maintain this position with my elbows rotated forward because I'm slipping on my mat. And when I do that, I put more pressure and I keep slipping further. So the ideal way to do a downward facing dog is to rotate the inner elbows forward. But if I don't do that tonight, it's because I'm slipping, and that's the only way I can prevent myself from falling. As you inhale, come forward into a knee plank. As you exhale, go to knees, chest, chin. And then inhale slowly into cobra pose. And we're going to stay here for the exhale. And then inhale to extended child's pose. Reach your tailbone way back. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take in a deep breath. And exhale. And then inhale forward into a knee plank and exhale to knees, chest, chin. Inhale slowly to cobra pose. Keep your head in a neutral position. That means you're looking at the floor in front of you. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale to extended child's pose. Reach your tailbone back. And exhale to downward facing dog. There's our Benny. Hello, Benny. Take in a deep breath. And let it go. And then inhale to a knee plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. And inhale to cobra and exhale in cobra. Inhale to extended child's pose. And exhale to downward facing dog. Hello, Benny. Benny is blind, so If he looks like he's aimlessly wandering around, you are right, he is. He is blind. But he gets around really well. And he's turning 20 years old this year. Look forward as you inhale. And then exhale and bring both feet forward and come into ragdoll pose. So you're bending your knees and you're letting your upper body just hang. Shake out your head if you feel like you have a little bit of tension in your neck. You can also roll out your shoulders and sway with your body. Benny used to be black, and now he's mostly white. And then slowly roll up your back, one vertebra at a time, stacking the spine. And when you get up there, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Let's bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, thumbs to the heart. We're ready for sun salutation. So remember that if my speed is not your speed, move at your own speed. We always wind up together again in downward facing dog or mountain pose. So bring the toes together, outside edges of your feet parallel to the mat. And then inhale as you reach up. If you want to add a little back bend, go ahead. And exhale to forward fold. As you inhale, lift your chest and look forward. This is extended forward fold. You can do this with your hands on the floor, your hands on your shins, or your hands on your thighs. But try to work with a flat back. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank or knee plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, which is the low push-up position. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale here. And let it go. Look forward as you inhale. And exhale, both feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank or knee plank. Pull your navel in and up to support your core, to support your lower back with your core. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Look forward as you inhale. And exhale, both feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. And look forward as you inhale. Exhale, both feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your right foot back to lunge. Remember that a modification for your lunge can always be to drop the knee in the back. So if lunge becomes difficult, drop your knee. It's still all good, okay? If you have your knee lifted, though, reach through the heel in the back. So, and also straighten out your knee. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, take your right foot forward into lunge. You can do this either by lifting the leg first and then bringing it through, or you can just put your knees to the floor first and then come forward into your lunge. Either way, you're coming into your lunge, knee on the floor or not. Looking forward, inhale. Exhale, your left foot next to the right for forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, your left foot back to lunge. Making sure you're reaching through your back heel and you're lifting the knee if it is lifted. You're straightening your knee if it's lifted. Otherwise, you can drop it to the floor. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then as you inhale, bring your left foot forward into lunge. As you exhale, take your right foot next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, your right foot back to lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right foot forward to lunge. Exhale your left foot next to the right, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale your left foot back to lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left foot forward to lunge. Exhale your right foot next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. And exhale to downward facing dog. So tonight, I thought we're going to work on crow pose. So if you have a yoga block, you can put your yoga block maybe right here and step on top of it so that you're coming up from a little higher. Of course, I don't have a block, so I can't demonstrate, but it does give you an extra height, makes it a little bit easier to bring the knees up where they need to be. But let's all practice together. So we're in down dog. And from here, we're going to move the feet in towards the arms. And we're going to place the knees to the armpits or to the outside of the arms. And then we're just going to lean forward. And so here, Try to pick one foot off the floor or both. And then see if you can look forward. Now, if you've never practiced crow pose before, or it's wet on my pillow, or if you're just not quite so sure about your abilities, put the pillow in front of you so if you tip over, you fall onto your pillow, okay? So just in case, so that you don't hurt yourself. Once you've practiced crow pose, pull back into extended child's pose, and we're going to do it one more time. So since this is a little bit rough on the wrists, roll out your wrists. Give them a break. And then let's do it again. We're going to move the feet closer into the arms. And then we're going to bring the knees up to the armpits or to the outside of the upper arms. And we're going to lean forward, lifting one toe or both. And then holding it. And of course, I'm getting a cramp in my foot, so I can't hold it. But try to hold it. Try to breathe. Try looking straight ahead. Pull your navel in and up. And then pull into extended child's pose. And once again, roll out your wrists. And if you were able to lift both feet, great job. If not, just work on it. It won't take that long if you practice crow pose on a regular basis. It's fairly easy to get there, to the balancing. So let's come back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward as you inhale. And as you exhale, you can step or hop to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And as you inhale, take your right foot forward into lunge. And then pick your upper body up and step your back foot in just a little bit. Ooh, ooh. That's always the hardest thing, to come up to standing. So we will go into a pyramid stretch. Pyramid stretch is just folding over the front leg from this position. All 10 toes are pointed straight ahead. You can do this with assistance from the floor or blocks if you have them. Or, this may not be me tonight, but you can also do it without assistance from your hands. You can bring your hands behind your back like such, or if you have the flexibility, you can do the Anjali Mudra on the back of your back. Either way, whatever works for you. We will start by puffing up the chest. So as you inhale, look up. And as you exhale, slowly come forward. And you want to maintain, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. You want to maintain your drishti, your gaze point towards your big toe. So your head stays active. And you're stretching your front hamstring. Try to pull your right hip back and the left hip forward. And breathe. And then slowly take it back up. Goodness. I don't have it all together tonight. So now we're going to, if you had your hands behind your back, you're going to take the right hand to your right hip, left arm up. Inhale, reach up, and as you exhale, come halfway down, flat back. Try to have your head, the crown of the head, try to make a straight line from the crown of your head to the tailbone. And then let your upper body come down and place your left hand either to the inside or the outside of your right foot. Keep pulling your right hip back and the left hip forward. And then lift your right arm up. Pull your inner thighs together. Engage all your leg muscles. And if you can, turn and look up. Breathing deeply. And then gently come back up. Woo! I did it. And we're going to just go ahead and turn it around. Same thing here. First, we're going to go into pyramid stretch. So if you like to bring your arms behind your back, go ahead. Or else you can aim for the floor. We're going to inhale, puffing up the chest. And exhale, folding forward. Pull your left hip back and the right hip forward and maintain your gaze point towards your front big toe. So your neck and your head are active. You're breathing and you feel this nice deep stretch in your front hamstring. Keep pulling left hip back, right hip forward. And then slowly bring your upper body back up. And again, if you have your hands behind your back, undo them. Take your left hand to your waist or your hip. Inhale your right arm up. And then exhale as you come halfway down. Flat back, straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. And then take it all the way down. And your right hand goes to the instep or to the outside of your left foot. Lift your left arm up. Pull your inner thighs together. And then if you can, turn your head. This is revolved triangle pose. Breathe deeply. And then gently help yourself back up. Whew, that was difficult for me. Come back to the front edge of your mat. And inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then pull into extended child's pose. And just take a second to check in with your body. Notice what you feel. Notice what kind of physical sensations you come across, but also notice if there are any emotions that are attached to those physical sensations. Just a quick scan. Also, if you need to have a drink of water, now is a good time to do that. This is my goodest boy, Jasper. Exhale to downward facing dog. My goodest boy, Jasper. Mm-hmm. Hello. How are you? As you inhale, bring your right foot forward into lunge and then turn your foot over in the rear as you exhale. Inhale, come up. And exhale to warrior two. Gaze across your front fingertips. Lower your shoulder blades away from your ears. And one more deep breath here. And as you inhale, turn your front palm up and come into a reverse warrior. You can have your back hand either on your back leg, or you can bring your arm around the back to support the lower back. Gaze to the fingertips only if that's okay for your neck. Now notice how your knee is bent in the front, right? Let's inhale and straighten that front leg, but keep reaching with that right arm. And then we will transition from here into triangle pose. So reach your arms out and then kick your back hip back and reach forward until you can't reach any further. And then slowly let your upper body come down, bringing the right hand either to your shin, to the inside of your right foot, or the outside. You can make adjustments with your feet. I like to have my feet further apart in triangle pose. Try to have your upper body right over your front leg and be light on your bottom hand, so you're not sinking down into the bottom shoulder. And let's go ahead and take this top arm and bring it behind the back. Maybe you can hook your fingers to your right thigh and then continue to roll the top shoulder back, spinning the front ribs towards the ceiling. And breathing. And then lift your left arm up again and then windmill it down and step back to downward facing dog. Good job. Taking a deep breath. And exhale it out. And then as you inhale, bring your left foot forward into lunge. As you exhale, turn your foot over in the rear. Inhale, come up. And exhale into warrior two. Once again, gaze across your front fingertips. Try to relax your shoulders down. Down and away from your ears. And breathe. Let's take one more deep breath. Exhale it out. And then as you inhale, come into reverse warrior. And then keeping the arms just the way they are, straighten out your front leg. Should deepen the side stretch. And then transition into triangle pose. Kick your right hip back and reach until you can't reach any further. And then come on down, letting your left hand land either on the inside, on the outside, or on top of the left foot. Try to have your upper body right over the front leg. So sometimes there's the tendency that the upper body wants to come inward like this. We want to bring it back over the front leg. And then take your top arm behind your back. See if you can hook it on your thigh and keep pulling your right shoulder back. Spiral the front ribs towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and reach your right arm up again and windmill it down. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward as you inhale. Exhale, both feet forward to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended forward fold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And as you inhale, bring your right foot forward to lunge. We're coming into standing half moon pose. Remember, I talk you into this pose step by step. And wherever you feel you have a good challenge, stop right there. You don't need to take this to the full expression. This is a little bit more of a tricky pose. So first, we're going to keep both sets of fingertips on the ground, and we're going to lift the back leg up. Right here, the hips are still facing straight down. If you want to continue, take your right fingertips further out to the outside of the right foot, and take the left fingertips to the hip. Now you can stay here, or you can progress by turning the entire body out to the left, including your head. And now if you want to take it further, you can lift your left arm up. Well, and then the full expression would be to look towards the ceiling. Now I noticed a couple of times my right toes wanted to turn towards the left. Make sure they stay facing straight ahead. And then gently place yourself back down to your lunge. And step back, downward facing dog. Good job. As you inhale, bring your left foot forward to lunge. We'll do the same thing on this side. I'll talk you through it again, so no worries. And don't feel like you have to take it to the same level on this side as you did on the other side. Two sides always work differently, so stop wherever you feel a good challenge. Both sets of fingertips on the floor. Back leg is lifted. Next step would be to bring the left fingertips further out on the outside of the left foot and the right fingertips to the hip. Now turn the entire body to the right. Lift the right arm. And if you can't, look to the ceiling. This may not be my thing tonight. I'm struggling on this side just a little bit. Make sure that your toes are pointed straight ahead. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And then come forward into plank. And slowly lower yourself all the way to your stomach. Taking the hands alongside the body. As you inhale, lift into locust pose. Keep your head in natural alignment with your spine. And try to bring your shoulder blades together. And then gently come down. Take your arms in front of you. Turn your head to one side. Wiggle your hips. And then we'll come up onto hands and knees. Let's move into a balancing table pose, and I'll show you an option. Lift the left leg and the right arm first. So you can stay right here. This is a good back exercise, balancing table pose. If you ever had to do physical therapy for your back, this is probably something you had to do. This is so beneficial. But if you want to take it further tonight, you can bend your knee, get a hold of your ankle, and then push the foot into the hand, creating creating a little arch in your back. And if you do this, look up, look straight ahead or up. If you decided to take a hold of your foot, extend your arm and your leg again. And then lower them down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right leg back, left arm forward. And like I said, this is perfectly fine if you want to stay right here. If you want to take it further, get a hold of your ankle. Push the foot into the hand. And look forward or up. So you're lifting your heart here. And you probably feel a nice little stretch in the front of your thigh. And then if you decided to get a hold of your ankle, extend your leg and your arm again. And then lower them down. Let's do one cat and one cow. And then we'll stay on the knees. And we will either do a supported back bend, arms to your back, or you can try for a camel pose if you like. Either way works. Whatever you decide, make sure you push your hips forward. Keep pushing. You can let your head go if you feel comfortable with that. I don't, so I won't do it. And then gently come back to neutral. Stay here for a breath or two. And then let's go down into child's pose. Arms, hands to your heels. Let your upper body collapse. Let it just relax for a second. And notice your body's response to the deeper back bends here. And then swing your legs around for seated. We're going to start by pulling the toes up, inhaling the arms up and exhaling as we fold forward. Now, if your back wants to round, lift your head and look past your feet, forward. If your belly button touches your thighs, then you may proceed to drop your head. And then pick your upper body up. We're going to bring the right foot in, and we will wrap the left arm around the right shin. Inhale, reach your right arm up, and exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. Try not to rely too much on your back hand here. Back hand is there to maybe pull yourself around a little further, but really try not to lean back like this. You want to still work with a nice straight spine. And then come back to the center and give yourself just a gentle counter twist in the opposite direction, and then switch sides. Your right arm wraps around the left shin. Inhale, lift your left arm up, and exhale, twist, look over your shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Feel that nice twisting stretch through your torso. It should feel really good. And then come back to the center and give yourself a gentle counter twist. And let's go ahead and cross the right leg over the left here. And just move your behind closer to the front foot. Stop wherever you feel a nice deep stretch. You should feel this in your outer hip here. So the closer you bring your bottom in towards your left foot, the more intense you make the stretch. And then you can add a little movement if you like. And feel the stretch all through your right hip. Should feel really good. And then let's switch sides. First cross the leg and then move closer to your foot. And try to keep the top foot flexed. Notice how the two hips feel different. And then go ahead and add movements if you like. Oh yeah, something else you can do is pick up your heel on the bottom foot. That makes a difference too. Just brings the leg closer. And then release it here, and we'll do one last stretch. Taking the legs wide. Just take in a deep breath. And as you exhale, walk your fingertips forward and just let your upper body come down, feeling the stretch in your inner hip sockets. Make sure both sitting bones are on the floor. And just notice the stretch in your inner hip sockets. Should be a pretty intense stretch. And once again, the same thing goes here. If you cannot have your belly button in contact with the floor, then keep looking straight ahead. Only if your belly button touches the floor, which obviously I cannot demonstrate here. Only if your belly button touches the floor, you can let your head go. And then gently pick your upper body back up and bring your feet back together. We're coming down onto the back. And we're going to stick the legs up into the air. Or if you are more experienced and you have other inversions you rather practice, like a headstand, a shoulder stand, a handstand, whatever you can come up with. If you know how to do that and you can do it safely, feel free. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to roll out my ankles. And I'm going to close my eyes, and I want to invite you to do the same. Closing the eyes, you can always tune into your own body a little bit better. Right now, we're reversing the flow from the feet to the heart, helping the heart out and also helping out the lymphatic fluid coming from the ankles and the feet back up into the body. Try to relax your upper body. Relax your upper body. And if you have been practicing with me for a while, your body probably already has a relaxation response right now because we usually do this right before we go into our final relaxation. And gently bring your legs down. Extend them on your mat. Let your palms face up. Keep them by the side of your body, by the sides of your body. And gently close your eyes. Let's take in a deep breath here and then sigh it out through your mouth. And then continue to breathe. In and out through your nose. And just like you did in the beginning of class, notice how your breath moves through your body. Maybe in your mind's eye you can create a vision of what that might look like when your breath travels through your body. Maybe you can envision what it might look like when the breath touches one of your tired muscle groups, and how it might look when your muscle relaxes as your breath touches it. Everywhere your breath goes, it brings relaxation and also new energy. Let your body surrender to the moment and relax completely. You are safe. You can relax and let go and enjoy. Wherever you are right now, find your way back to the here and now. Taking a deep breath and move your fingers and your toes. And then place your feet onto your mat. And on a long, slow inhale, reach your arms behind you. And as you exhale, curl up on your right side, make a pillow with your hands. And thank yourself for showing up to class tonight. And then keeping your eyes closed, gently help yourself up to a comfortable seated position. When you get there, place your hands into Anjali Mudra. Bring your thumbs to your heart and slightly bow your head. We're taking just a moment to seal in our practice tonight. And I think you did an awesome job tonight. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. Have a great evening. Namaste. She won't let me. Namaste. Have a great evening. Good job, everybody.